Hello, it's me, Sam Sadler, here with Sound and Stage at the Other Palace in Victoria. We are here for the brand new launch of National Youth Music Theatre.
So welcome to all of you again. Okay, I'm Adrian, by the way. I'm the CEO of National Youth Music Theatre. I think I did say that. And I'm the very proud CEO. I think it's obvious why. And I hope you like the new look. Yeah. I hope you like that we've tagged you all with your badges, and we'll be following your every movement from tonight. So thanks for sharing in a celebration of who we are and where we're going, because we are approaching our 50th year, which we talk about quite a lot.
During one of my residential rehearsals in Tonbridge, something completely unexpected happened. A man I recognised walked into the rehearsal room, and that man was the CEO of Cool Education Trust, the trust that runs my school in Birmingham. It turned out he was going to become the new CEO of NYMT. Yay! At first, it felt like a nightmare. What's that? The CEO of your school will also become the CEO of your theatre company. No pressure, right? But in the end, it was a blessing in disguise. Mr. Packer to me, Adrian to the rest of you, very quickly started to make NYMT an even more inclusive place for everyone. But he also was his usual strict self when it came to high standards. So we were in safe hands. My expectations were not all that great. Just one dream I had hoped to fulfill.
And yet when it came to the moment of truth, I proved to myself I must still wait a bit. Am I just not fit to fly? When I came to try, I watched the others as they soared and rose. It seemed so effortless, but then who knows?
Beneath the surface sometimes torment grows.
I plucked up courage, for I knew I should live. So I stood on the edge.
I'm part of NYMT, and it rejuvenates all of us. I think everyone that's involved in NYMT would agree that it makes us feel younger and better about ourselves. And I hope you agree that the look is a dynamic expression of our dynamism as a young theatre company.
Wait a bit, they say. Can't do it, they say. Wait a bit, they say. Not really knowing what they're waiting for. Why does she not going? Why do I withdraw?
With contradictions and yet somehow sure, a contradiction that will stay in my mind till the day that I find something more. By the end of that process, I discovered a strength in being myself on stage. It's a lesson I'll carry with me for the rest of the life. That being yourself, fully and unapologetically, is one of the greatest gifts you can give to both yourself and the audience. As a direct result of this experience, something amazing happened to me. After my GCSE results day didn't go as planned, I suddenly found myself lost about where to go for sixth form. And this was all happening at the same time as I was performing Crescendo. So, Core Education and NYMT stepped in and helped connect me to ArtsEd, and arranged for the director of musical theatre to come and watch Crescendo. It turns out being myself did do me a favour, because I was offered a full scholarship to study BTEC MT at ArtsEd.
I know one day I will soar.
Now only one thing seems sure.
I'll have to wait a bit.
So as we look forward to that landmark moment in 2026 when we turn 50, we're bound to reflect on the achievements of thousands of young company members who have passed through our doors, and of course the creative industry success stories of our illustrious alumni, some are here tonight. So Olivier Award winners, BAFTA Award winners, Tony Award winners, Golden Globe Award winners, and yes, even an Oscar Award winner. And these accolades are something we celebrate, we're proud of, but we remain mindful that each of these success stories started with an inconspicuous child making that first step, that all-important first step to say, I want to be part of that, I want to join in, I want to sign up. We never lose sight of that. NYMT welcomes young people from all around the country, regardless of where they're from, regardless of their level of experience, regardless of their economic circumstances. We have a proud, long-standing commitment to an inclusive and accessible ethos. I have a personal sense of responsibility to be passing through NYMT as the guardian of what is the most magical flame, fueled by humility. Being in tune with our young company members and inspired by our values of inclusion, invention and industry.
As soon as I wake up, every night, every day, I know that it's you I need to chase the blues away. It must be love, love, love. It must be love, love, love. Nothing more, nothing less. Love is the best.
Please welcome the brilliant Matt.
It's wonderful to be here. I'm very honoured to have been asked to become a patron of the company. I was, in 1986, I was 12 years old and I auditioned for the school play. And I was doing really badly at school. I was at this school called Haberdashers, which puts a lot of emphasis on high academic achievement. And if you can't achieve high grades there, you had better be in the rugby team or the cricket team or in the orchestra or the school play, because otherwise you really shouldn't be there. And I was going through a really hard time. 1986, my parents had divorced, my dad was in prison, I was really struggling academically, and I auditioned for the school play and I did not get in. Roll on a year, 1987, and I mean, I really wanted to be in the musical, but I was in two minds. Do I put myself forward for more rejection? But I went for it, and the auditions were on a Sunday, and I went in, and there was our school teacher, Mr. Rizzotti, who was directing the musical, and then there was this man, this mysterious figure with a head full of frizzy curls, and he could only play one song on the piano. He could play Consider Yourself. He could certainly play the introduction with his fingers like this, and that was Jeremy James Taylor. And that moment, that was the first moment that that man was in my life, and my life really, really changed because of the National Youth Music Theatre. I didn't have confidence, I didn't have self-worth, but I was one of 4 members of that school production of the Roman invasion of Ramsbottom that were invited to go and join a national cast, the National Youth Music Theatre cast at the George Square Theatre in Edinburgh, and it was just the most amazing experience.
How can it be that we can say so much without words? Bless you and bless me, bless the bees and the birds. I've got to be near you every night, every day. I couldn't be happy any other way.
Just being in an environment where there was this huge passion for theatre it's something that really stayed with me. And so I was just really honoured to be asked to become a patron. I don't want to be a patron and then just not be around, so you'll all be sick of me. I came, I saw Our House, I saw Catastrophe Bay, I saw Into the Woods, and I was really blown away by the maturity. You know, it's one of the things that JJT always instilled in us as performers, is that those kind of professional values. You know, we were treated like professionals, and it was amazing to see the quality of the performances.
I saved an email from the summer. I took a photo from Tim Firth, who wrote Our House, and this is a message to one of my childhood heroes, Suggs. I can't tell you what Suggs said because it's lots of expletives, but this is from Tim Firth, the night of coming to Our House. Bloody hell. Went to see Our House, done by the National Youth Music Theatre last night, sat there gobsmacked. They did it in 18 days, had the time of their lives. In fact, they bleeping flew with it. Quite a hit seeing kids the actual age of the characters telling the stories so brilliantly. Plus the band was bleep hot. And all 16 to 18-year-olds, incredible and magical night. Not bad praise for our young people, and thoroughly deserved, might I say.
It must be love, love, love. 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 Nothing more, nothing less. Love is the best.
I was really staggered. You know, one of the things that's a real testament to this company is, as we've heard, you know, putting those shows together in 18 days, the very small window that these young actors had to rehearse. What was amazing was that they were not patronised by their directors. The directors really challenged them. You know, they were doing acting complex scenes. You know, Sondheim is complex, Catastrophe Bay is complex. You know, that a lot of demands were made of them, but these young people really rose to the challenge. And so sometimes when you go and see young people in theatre, you think, well, it'll be spirited, but you're not really expecting too much. But my God, it is like watching professionals. These are young professionals. They perform with the same intensity and integrity and commitment.
It all started in 2023 for me when I first auditioned, and I was lucky enough to get the role Beckett in a new musical, The Boy Who Sailed the Ocean in an Armchair. This is how tall I am. This is how tall I was when I said my first word, and my second and third, my fourth birthday when you cried. I was this tall when you... It's only been 2 years, but I've learned so much. I'm meeting incredible people who've helped me grow as a performer, but also as an individual. They've taught me about focusing on bringing energy whenever and wherever I perform on stage. This is when it happens. A part of it, my stomach starts growing. And like the deep end of a big swimming pool overflowing. Is this sadness? Is this pain? Or when will the sun come out and stop the rain? Since Beckett, I've had the privilege to be involved in a number of other NYMT projects. I was thrown into the deep end last summer with the musical Our House, which, to be honest, for someone who had minimal experience as a dancer, felt pretty scary. The sense of support and community, and sorry to always say this, family was wonderful.
I miss you by my side, curled up on the armchair, telling me stories, giving me strength to take on the world, feeling safe in your stories, free to roam in your stories.
like home. Where is home? But let's come back to Beckett and his armchair, the starting point of my NYMT journey. This musical will always be very special to me, and it will always be in my heart forever. I will be this high when I find the right goodbye.
Very excitingly, next year we start a new relationship in Birmingham in a partnership with the Hippodrome and with Birmingham Conservatoire and with Core Education Trust, which is very exciting, and that will become our home in Birmingham, which is very exciting.
Amazing. So we are unveiling new branding. What else is new?
So we have new projects. So every year we do a new musical workshop. Next year we're doing 9. We're adding a new show, one of which will be site-specific, which is very exciting. And then we'll have our shows and projects down in London, as well as across the country. We're really lucky by the people that support us, not only the people who are the names on stage as such, but it's also the musicians and our people who work in the technical side of theatre. Every aspect of what we do is everywhere in theatre. It's not just about being on stage.
So let's say that you've written a musical and you'd like NYMT to produce it. Here's what that journey might look like for you. First of all, you'd submit your work to us and it would be read by me and our incredible Young Readers panel. This year we had 25 young company members on the panel. They're our Scratch Literary Department, and their feedback played a crucial role in selecting the pieces that we work on. They really are vital in selecting our programming, and they bring really fresh and honest perspectives to the table.
My name's Jim. I'm Kit, Jim's friend.
I'm Ruby.
I'm Billy.
So, you guys were in the musical that you guys wrote.
That's right, we were indeed, yeah.
Can you tell us about the musical?
It was called Catastrophe Bay. It was pretty amazing.
It was set in Cornwall. It was a new musical about a little town and a community, but it also had so much more to it about human nature and what it means to be a community, to be a family. And you played a character called Murder who enters the town, stirs up some things.
A little bit.
A little bit. And yeah, it was just the most fabulous experience.
Within her, come my love, weigh your anchor through the bow, blow your kisses from the deck, with your journeymen beside you. When you sail, let the gulls be at their song, let the wind be at your hind, let no misery betide you.
Can you tell us a bit about the show and what your inspirations were?
Our inspirations were European folk songs from the 19th century. Yeah, which maybe sounds a bit boring. No, but it's gripping, and I think that's what people don't appreciate about folk music, and actually about the West Country, is that people think of folk music as quite boring and square and repetitive, but it's actually really weird and radical and perverse and very various. And there are also, like Jim was saying, there are all sorts of traditions from all over Europe. These extraordinary varieties of song that we were able to experiment with. Chiefly Jim, he's the brains.
What made you want to go to NYT to kind of workshop it?
We had a cast of 30 people, and it was for an orchestra for 10 people. And the NYMT gave us the opportunity to sort of have 30 amazing singers and experiment with stuff like 30-part harmonies, which we do at the top of Act 2. And it was just an opportunity that was too good to say no to, really.
Joy betide you, I have knelt in the meadow like a hare, in the meadow have I wept through the handkerchief you gave me. Would the snow lay its ashes on the hills? Would the silver quivered stream turn to stone if you forgave me?
the sea I went walking with the moon, soaring white above my head, in the stillness like an eagle. And my skirts I did shed upon the rocks, and I bathed among the waves in the darkness like a seagull.
Jim has an amazing gift for choral writing, and the cast responded to that amazingly well. I remember while Jim was writing, he was thinking, this is impossible. We can't possibly expect people as young as 12, people between the ages of 12 and 21, to be able to handle material this sophisticated. And not only did they handle it, it was a breeze to them. You guys absolutely demolished it, and all you want... breeze.
It was good, but like, I think when you were talking about the folk music and how, you know, a lot of perceptions of folk music is sort of like it's like simplistic music. I thought the music that we had was so beautifully like emotive and complicated, but also, I mean, yeah, we found it like, it wasn't easy, but we found it very, it was like, I don't know what the word is, it felt just very natural to sort of perform it. It was beautiful.
It had such beautiful movement and a lot of real grit as well. There were moments of great community, and I think the sense, the folk element was just constant throughout, a real through line that bounced the plot and it bounced the development of all the characters. It was
not easy, but like
not easy at all.
I remember our rehearsal, like the rehearsal period that we had in Canterbury before we came to London. It was like a bonding experience.
Really, truly.
We're so close still. Everyone in the class is so close still, and I think it was because of how like beautiful the material was and the writing was.
Absolutely.
Which is a testament to you guys.
Yeah.
So what's next for you guys?
We're going to write another show, but this one's going to be all pop music.
Oh, amazing.
But I met a guy, a violin player once at a wedding, and he said pop music and folk music are the same thing. That was his theory.
Yeah.
Something to mull on, Sam.
May I stand with a lantern at my heart as a beacon on the land, and my 7 sisters with me, and you'll sail around the cliffs and silver shore with your compass and your gloves in your hand, and you'll forgive me.